They all stop. Did they all stop?
I didn't want to.
Hey! Everyone on the ground! Stay still on the fucking ground now! Get the fuck on the fucking ground! What the fuck on the fucking ground? Get the fuck in! Get the fuck in! Get the fuck in! Go over! Go the fuck over! Hey!
The home delivery Gold IRA. Call Augusta today at 888-852-4788. Bring free guide on you.
My name is Kema Harris, and I'm coming to you today because of that video I just showed you of Corporal William Windsor, 4th District Officer in Prince George's County, Maryland. I know you have a lot of questions about that video, and I'm here to give you some clarity. Now, what happened to those young men was so unjust. Corporal Windsor looked as though he was preying on them around the corner, and once he found out that they were stopped, he sped up to the scene and got out the car and immediately gun-faced 3 young men for no apparent reason. They didn't seem as though they was causing a threat to him. They didn't seem as though they had any weapons on them. I was confused to why Corporal Windsor thought he needed to unholster his gun and put it in those young men's face. Then make them get on the ground. My question is, why do black men have to always get on the ground to be arrested? Why do they have to be dehumanized to be arrested? If you want to arrest them, arrest them. You don't have to dehumanize them before you do it. Corporal Windsor has a pattern that I'm seeing often. This same officer was involved in my son's assault May 26, 2017. He got out the car immediately, just as he did with these young men, and immediately he just joined in on the assault that was happening to my son. You can actually see him, and I will show you after I speak. You can actually see him just pull up, get out, 4 seconds later, hitting my son, dragging him to the ground, doing whatever he pleased, along with the other officer. How is this continuing? Why do people have to lose their life or be dehumanized for us to get that we have to get police accountability in Prince George's County? We have to be able to feel safe. Even if you don't even live in the county, it can happen to you. You could be driving through there, and because these officers are doing stats, because these officers are being given incentives for arrests, for traffic stops, they are going to continue to have this type of behavior. You give them a Bill of Rights that supersedes the Constitution, they're going to act like Superman. They're going to act like terrorists. They they have no accountability. They're going to do exactly what they want, especially if you have a chief who's not holding them accountable. Especially if you have a chief who officers in his own department are suing them. Especially if you have a chief that will laugh at a black mother on the street with a sign saying, "Help me with my son." This man looked me in my face because I was talking to him directly. Trying to get help from the chief. And he laughed in my face. We got a chief that has no empathy for us. No empathy. If he did, he would be holding them officers accountable. I would not be able to have a videotape of Windsor doing this. That would not be existing because he would not be there. This happened after my son. And after 15 excessive force charges against him from citizens. This is continuing to happen because it's allowed. The elected officials also, let's talk. His boss, the chief has a boss. His boss has been turning a blind eye forever. Raised in the county. Knows how police brutality is running rampant in Prince George's County. But is anything happening? It's the same thing like your trash day. The trash day you're looking for. That's never going to happen. When are we going to have enough? When are we going to start holding these people accountable for what's happening to us? You going to wait till it knock at your door? Because it surely knocked at mine. And let me tell you something. It ain't a good feeling. It ain't a good feeling to go to council people, as we did. Community justice went to every last official, sent letters to every last official, and hand-delivered packages to the council members, chief of staff, letting them know what's going on in these communities. Still nothing. All we ask for is body-worn cameras. Since the bias training is not working, since the de-escalating training is not working, we want body cams. Since going to elected officials are not working, we want body cams. We don't want that 120 pallet that you got going on. These 120 cameras who you only have them on district officers that nothing go on, or officers that's not even dealing with the public. Let's stop playing. It's lives being affected. Because whether you killed the person or not, officers, you still killed them inside. You still damaged a part of them that can never be repaired without some serious therapy. That's out of control that this can continue to go on. Y'all ran by predominantly black people, Prince George's County. How is this continuing to fall on deaf ears? I know I have a lot of passion in my face when I'm talking to you guys, but believe me, until you go through it, until you understand how it starts with the arrest and ends with your child in a jail cell for nothing, you have some people who, let's talk about the CCOP. That's the Citizens Complaint Oversight Panel. Let's talk about how since 2016 they've been giving the chief recommendations about body-worn cameras. Why? Because 40% of the stops, the pullovers, in excessive force, due to, and I quote, officers escalating the situation instead of de-escalating. I have no understanding how you are a chief of a police department geared to keeping the community safe and you refuse to keep the community safe. Let's stop playing Prince George's County. Let's stop giving our elected officials pats on the back for doing nothing to keep us safe. Then the next thing you know, it's going to be your child or your loved one. And you're going to want somebody to step up and say it's time for police accountability. I'm not asking you to go against your favorite council member or your favorite elected official or even your favorite chief. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to ask the state for body-worn cameras in Prince George's County. That's it. That's all I'm asking you. Please help me, help CASA, help Community Justice, help any organization that is trying to get body-worn cameras in Prince George's County. Help us. It will save lives, I promise you. They telling me it only costs $2 million. I said only. The reason I said only is because you're paying more than that in suits. You're paying more than that in suits, and you're going to continue to pay. Why? Because you don't do anything to prevent it. You have to prevent it, Prince George's County elected officials. You have to prevent it. I want this to be shared. I implore you guys to share this so people can know. We have to write our elected officials. We have to show up at council meetings. We have to show up in Annapolis and push for legislation to change this Bill of Rights, number one, that they have that's superseding the Constitution. Protecting these men like, whoa, they can do anything. They can kill, it's proven, and get away with it. No man should have that much power. And not that much power over people who are not doing anything to deserve it. I implore you guys, write your elected official and ask for the body-worn cameras to be placed on every last officer in the county. If they're not doing nothing wrong, what's the problem? We just seen this officer turn off the tape. I hope I put that part in it. I hope I told you that Officer Windsor turned that tape off. How I know? In my dealings with community justice, I do a lot of research. You can actually Google. If an officer turns off his camera, okay? If he turns off his camera, what you will notice is there will be a 30-second delay. 30-second delay. He can't just turn it off. 30-second delay. That's why Windsor was looking around to see if anybody was watching him, because he knew the camera wasn't. But he knew what he was going to do. It was intentional. Everything's done to us. It's intentional. And until we get tired, it's going to keep happening. All we got to do is stand up. Nobody wants you to go fight nobody. Nobody wants you to go raise no guns, do all that crazy stuff. I want you to use your pen. I want you to show up. That's what I want you to do. Okay, so that's Windsor pulling up. Trying to get a good shot, you guys. It's on my television. Just so you can really see. That's him getting out. Now watch seconds later. Watch his arm. He joins in on what's happening to Kevin already. Oh, wow. Something is happening to Kevin right there. As you can see, this is Officer Windsor's pattern to escalate.
Signal 13, Brinkley Road. Brinkley Road.
Brinkley Road.
Units in charge. All you do is make signal 13, 3437 calling out, but signal 13, make the Brinkley Road, 3437, give me your address. Anybody out with ID 3437?
Hand on your back! Hand on your back!
All cars again, signal 13, just say Brinkley Road. Signal 13 for ID 3437, Brinkley Road. Anybody knows where he is?
467, let's see, we got one in custody. Yeah, everybody, keep coming in, slow down.
Alright, units, continue on and slow it down. 3437, I need to know where you are.
On your 14 block, my apologies. 34 letter, Brinkley Road. Rush your team now, we have 3 in custody. Not really going to take us too long, run me over, but I'm good.
Okay, 10-4, I'm sorry, just need to copy your location. Where are you guys?
400 block, Brinkley Road. We're off the team now, we got 3 in custody.
Alright, 10-4, units, they said to continue in, you can slow it down at this time. Continue in, but slow it down. They have 3 in custody.
I get 465. If I can still get at least 2 units to respond. And 2 truck guys in the vehicle. Walk on down. We're not everywhere.
Okay, they're coming in. They're coming in. All units, taking this right now. We're seeing the con. We have 3 times.
Sir, I'm sorry.
Let me go my hands so I get somebody out there with their 1558.
Unlock my car.
You're at 1034 with the 2 balls.
Unlock it. He ain't going nowhere.
Number 1 male, head's red, with a white shirt, blue jeans, and the other one wearing dark colored clothing.
Shut up!
2627, I'm on break. Give me that 1034, dude.
Don't move. Dude. Give my seat off.
2 males, all with red, with white shirt, blue jeans. The other one wearing dark colored clothing. You'll walk towards those 400 blocks.
Stop, be quiet. Get in the car.
Alright, 10-4, 267, you got it.
Get in the car.
Sir, the cuffs.
Fuck the cuffs. You almost killed an officer.
Hold in.